The proposed mixed-use living and business development on 23 acres of vacant land near the Mar Highlands Towne Center in Carmel Valley is headed to San Diego City Council. Here to discuss the vigorous support and vigorous opposition for One Paseo are my guest, Rachel Lang, spokesperson for the project, and Ken Ferensky with the group What Price Main Street that opposes the development plan. Welcome.
Thank you.
Rachel, how many residential and business units are actually included in this plan that's going before the City Council?
So there will be 2 office buildings, there will be a number of shops along a main street, and about 600 homes.
And we're looking at an artist rendition of it. What's the height on these? Are they going to be tall office buildings, tall residential units?
So the office buildings, which are on the lowest point of the project, are the tallest elements of the project. Yeah, they're about 7 to 9 stories.
And that includes the residential part on top?
Oh, no, the residential is going to be on around the...
I see. Okay, so
totally different area.
I wanted to make sure. I saw the rendition. It was a little confusing.
Those are nowhere near.
All right, and Ken, your group, What Price Main Street, is opposed to the current project as it is right now, but I understand you support a smaller project. What does that plan look like?
We do. We're looking for, we support development at the site. We support a mixed-use project. We're just looking for a mixed-use project that fits within the community, something more like Old Encinitas or La Jolla, something with, retail on the street and maybe a couple of stories of residential above it instead of 5 stories of residential.
Well, Rachel, the development plan it has been reduced by 30%, I understand. Right. But the site, Del Mar, Height Road, and El Camino Real, is not zoned for a development this big, I understand. How does Kilroy, the developer, actually plan to get around the zoning issues for approval from the City Council?
Well, this will be about the 29th community plan amendment that Carmel Valley has undergone since the 1970s when its community plan was done. It hasn't been upgraded at all, and as we know, Carmel Valley is a very different place than it was in the 1970s when the community plan was first done. But there was always envisioned that this would be a town center, this area. There would be one town center that you could have a gathering space for the community, and that aims to be this.
Okay, and Ken, you gathered, I understand, about 4,000 signatures from community members who say, no, they don't want this One Paseo built as it's currently proposed. What are their key issues? What are their objections?
The issues are really traffic and community character. The traffic, there's going to be, we believe there's going to be jams of traffic on Del Mar Heights Road, that it's going to be very hard to get to the freeway. Kilroy tells us it's handled, but we're concerned about adding more cars running through. You're still adding 23,000 cars. You still have more cars moving through wider streets. It makes it less safe for people to walk and bike through the community.
Let me have Rachel respond to that, because there is some community infrastructure attached to this development plan.
Significant. Beyond what we're required to do, we're doing about $10 million in upgrades that will make it more walkable, more bikeable, not just within the project, but to the rest of the community.
What about the traffic, though?
Right. Well, so one of the big things we're doing, of course, that we're doing a shuttle to make it so that people can get to the transit until transit actually comes to the site. But the other, and that'll run 3 times a day, the morning, the lunch, and the afternoon, or the evening rush hour. And also upgrading 40 traffic lights with the most state-of-the-art system that actually responds to current actual conditions.
Now, I saw you, Ken. I'm going to have you also respond to that because you were shaking your head.
Right. Increasing the flow of traffic through doesn't make it safer for pedestrians or bicycles. It just makes it more traffic going through and harder to get across the street. It's timed and everything, but it's still going to be more traffic.
Well, let me end on this for each of you here, and I'll start with you, Ken. One Paseo is exactly the kind of urban multi-use development that developers say, hey, look, this qualifies. It's smart growth. It avoids urban sprawl. It's a good use of resources. What would you see as smart growth for that land?
Right. This is smart growth without transit, and it doesn't fit the community character. The City of Villages plan really called for villages to be unique to its location, to fit within the community. And I would love to see a series of smaller villages along the Route 56 corridor that are reasonable and a couple of miles drawing people in, and connected by transit. I'd love to see that.
Rachel, do you see that? Is this something you could compromise with and make this a little smarter for the community members?
Well, we have done everything we could to make it smart. It's been 6 years in the making, and we've responded to every concern over the years. The project has changed significantly, and it's only gotten better. And you know, with the Planning Commission's recommendations, it's going to be even more beneficial to the community. So it's going to be a great project for the community, and a lot of people are very excited about it.
We are going to hear a lot more about this as it's headed to the City Council, and there's a lot more on our website, kpbs.org. Rachel Ling and Ken Ferenczi, thank you so much.
Thank you, Peggy.